Hey guys, Lenny here, and welcome back to another review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the DX Putera Vistamp from Kamen Rider Revice, our third dinosaur Vistamp to be released in this lineup, and the first Vistamp to be based on one of the main Heisei Phase 1 Kamen Riders, this being Kamen Rider Phase. Taking a closer look at the Vistamp itself, as you can see, it's casted in this nice smoky kind of graphite color, transparent plastic with a very nice metallic cherry red pteranodon on the front here. And of course, we have a depiction of Phase himself with the little antennas and the huge visor on the back side of the wing here. And everything else on the Vistamp is just your typical Vistamp stuff, the blue injected plastic. The bottom here we have the little image of the Putera on the magnet pad here, and of course for the QR code here we have 2588957 battery compartment speakers, so on and so forth. Now that we got all of that out of the way, let's check out the sounds. So hitting the button, a nice bright red LED light, aside from us getting a pink LED light, a green LED light, and a purple LED light with the last few Vistamps that have been released, because getting a black light on in this color would probably interfere with the electronics and such, and I think that was a good move on Bandai's part because it does blend in quite well. Stamping. Now that we got all that out of the way, let's bring in the Revice driver and check out the sounds. Now, on a personal note, this is probably one of my favorite Haitian jingles from the lineup, and probably one of my favorite forms thus far. Until Wizard and Geo get a debut, that is, and until we take a look at the kind of Kiri Vistamp at some point next month. But overall, though, I really do love the wordplay and everything. And technically, while Phase didn't have a catchphrase, the overall form is technically based on his Axel form, and of course the whole Haitian phrase here was more or less based on the actual Phase phone, which was standing by complete. So the fact that they incorporated flying by complete into the overall aesthetic of it makes a lot of sense, and I'm hoping to see some of the ideas that I'm hoping to see some of the other Haitian tunes be incorporated into a different way. Like, for example, Blade, I'm hoping that we can kind of sort of see a representation or a version of the turn-up thing for the Revice driver and such. Now, with all that being said, let's go ahead and get into our final attacks. Now let's go ahead and get into the remix. I really do hate how sometimes you can actually screw up the TV display here by turning it to the side a little bit. I mean, it's a minor complaint, and I've already discussed enough about this in my Revice driver review, but that is extremely annoying, especially when you're just trying to generally play with the thing, because it gets stuck, and it's a pain in the butt to really get back into play. Now, I'm not really a big fan of collecting Vistamps based on certain Legend Riders, Phase being one of the main examples of this. I mean, sure, I'm technically cheating with this because I did collect the Phase Ride Watch for the Geo series, but the Ride Watches were more interesting in my opinion compared to other Legend Rider gimmicks. But personally, after seeing the Phase form in the show and seeing reviews of this before I even got this, I think that this was sort of the time when I actually wanted to make the exception, because this is definitely one of the better Vistamps that we've gotten so far, in my opinion, until we get other ones. But generally speaking, though, I think this is definitely a good Vistamp compared to the other ones that we've gotten before in the lineup. Now, I did not actually get this from. Now, I actually did not get this from Toy Collectibles like most of my reviews suggest. I actually did get this from Kotetsu Toys alongside the Eagle Vistamp and Vistamp holders. And quite frankly, I'm actually happy that that I managed to get these within moderate time and for a good price as well compared to what Toy Collectibles was charging. As much as I love that site, I think that they're charging a little bit too much for most of the items these days. But enough side rambling aside, overall, I think this is a really great Vistamp to add to any collection, and if you're a Vice fan, I would definitely recommend it. But with all that being said, though, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you want to see more content, feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Next week, we're going to be taking a look at the DX Kuga Vistamp, or the Lion Vistamp. Goes and Don't Mind Me, signing out.